Hello, my name is Jay and welcome back to my Tech Vault. Today I'm going to talk about why I give a personal recommendation to hold out and see what happens next year before you buy a processor. Now, this may be, different people may take this different ways, but what I like to try to do on this channel is try to provide all the information out there, all the possible information that will be out there, and allow you to make most of the judgments. I do usually have one general consensus that I believe, but I also kind of support the other points. You can also or the opposing points, you can also get a really good idea of like what the good and cons of this are. So first off, let's talk about something. So AMD in the past has produced good processors. The last two generations is what I'll be looking at for my data points. Last two processors, they've been able to produce something that has A, changed a lot of the market, B, lowered Intel's cost dramatically, and also done a substantial bit and increasing the comeback from Intel trying to compete with that. So what I mean by that is that AMD has done something that has forced Intel's prices down and Intel to become better. Now, obviously, next year we have some release of Zen 2 architecture from AMD, and this is going to be the Ryzen 3000 series. Now, what's really special about this series is that it's got a really big IPC increase in instructions per clock, if that's what it stands for. And if you're really into getting a high performance processor, something that's going to have a lot of cores, a lot of threads, that's going to be high clock count or high clock speed. Sorry, I'm sick, I apologize. Then you really want to hold out. Why? Because not only have we seen something substantial from AMD in the last couple of years, especially if you're trying to do gaming, we've really got some really promising leaks. Now, obviously, I wouldn't say leaks are just enough to go off of, but when you start seeing the official information that AMD's putting out there, that we're seeing these 15% clock speed increases or instruction per clock increases, you really start to wonder if this is going to be something that's substantially better than Intel. Why? Well, because they've shown the manufacturing process. We've got something that's going to be substantially faster than past generations of Ryzen processors, and it's going to still maintain the same amount of cores. Now, even if you're not an AMD fan, even if you're not planning to buy an AMD processor, you still, if AMD, and I think everyone should always hope for competition, if AMD does put out something that's really, really nice, we'll just say it may not be for you, but if they put out something that's competitive and very nice, Intel will have to drop their prices. And so all these people that are like, oh yeah, I'll buy processors on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, which is the time of this, actually it's Black Friday right now, today, then all those people that are out there like, oh yeah, I'll buy a processor, well, you're going to see better drops. Of course, anytime you go on, technology gets older, yeah, you'll see price drops. But what really is going to drop the prices after AMD releases the Zen 2 and the Ryzen 3000 series. That's when you're going to see substantial processor decreases. Now, as for the rest of the technology, that's just a different story. Graphics cards are on their own kind of schedule. But I can really say that this is going to be something that you can definitely see from AMD. Well, why? Well, it was really funny as well, because if Intel releases a processor, AMD doesn't drop their prices at all. Intel has their prices way up high. Honestly, in my personal opinion, very stupidly high, because what you get and AMD is doing a really good job with competitive pricing, and that's just unbiased. Their pricing is substantially lower than Intel, about half, for this kind of a slight clock speed decrease. So that's, yeah, I know AMD is doing pretty good on that, which is what's really spurring Intel into also producing competitive products. So the other thing I want to talk about is the fact that Intel will be remaining on the 14 nanometer, while AMD will already be at 7 nanometer, which means that you will also see that benefit in the clock speeds. So if you are going for gaming and you want to get something that is a gaming processor, perhaps do streaming, video editing, anything like that. Me, I've had my 1800X for the last like year and a half, actually, yeah, year and a half, and it's fine. I use all my 4K editing on it. So if you're really into doing the video editing, streaming, 4K, all in one machine, you really want to wait out to see what we get from this, because it really sounds promising that, we may see something that's good. We may see something that's a good gaming processor, but we also may see something that's just good enough to lower Intel's prices, and then we no longer have to deal with the expensive $600 and 9,900K, when you could get some, maybe lower that price down to maybe 400, maybe 450, depending on a good AMD release of a processor, trying to stay competitive and trying to still make sales. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. And as always, check out my channel for other cool tech related things. The comment section is always available if you're interested in talking with me, talking to people about this, or have any questions as well. I have a Discord that's also in the description. You can check that out. Tag me on there. I'll hop on and answer questions as well. But yeah, subscribe if you're interested. Leave a like, and bye.